Hi, it's Paul from Model Builder International. Don't forget, subscribe button's down there. Make sure you click on the bell to get notified of the future videos. Today you're going to have a look, well basically a quick look through some of the pages of U-Boat in Focus number 17. Okay, so this, as I said, U-Boat in Focus edition number 17, text in German-English. Basically U-boat history from enthusiasts for enthusiasts. It's sort of pretty much, think of it as a sort of definitive research on U-boats that's continuing with new and published photographs, new facts. So it's sort of the cutting edge of the historical research on U-boats. From the Second World War, that is. So, as always, just the edited highlights. I'm not going to go through every single page. Start off with a picture of U-boat commanders. Contents. Start off with editorial, readers forum, Type 2C boats, Type 9B boats, some background, conning towers, boat in focus is U-126. An unusual photograph, somebody getting an award wearing a jumper instead of a uniform. Documents, there's a bit more information about the submarine tankers, the milk cows. If you've read the book on this subject, which is pretty much the definitive book on the U-tankers, there's a bit more, a couple more photographs about that. And the fates of U-1234, which managed to get itself sunk twice. So, first off, we'll just basically the editorial from Axel Urbanker. So anyway, this issue and the next one, he's going to talk a lot about the Type 9C boats to coincide with Revell's release of their 1/72nd scale kit, and also the publishers released a decal sheet for that Revell kit, and we've reviewed the decal sheet already, and I'll put a link to it underneath the video, and also in the article on the website. Link to the website is also on underneath this video. And then talk about basically, I think somebody must have said something about that they repeated a photograph from 13 years ago. So first off, hats off to the person who spotted that. They reused a photograph they used 13 years ago. But then he's just saying that over the 13 years they've published 2,400 pages of books, of 2,400 pages of the In Focus series, with more than 2,800 photographs, and they apologise for reusing a photograph out of the 2,800. But then the usual things with additions and corrections, more information from people about the previous issues, like there's an update for so it's edition 14, a bit more information, a correction to edition 16, a couple more photographs of the experimental boat of testing group Sultan, then on to an interesting conning tower art from a Type 2C boat, Type 9B boat, and some information about its insignia. Then there's a section about how U-boats found their position via dead reckoning and using a sextant, a couple of which you can see here. Quite a few pages explaining how that works. An excerpt from a logbook showing the information they'd put into the logbook, the sort of information that they'd record, other instruments they used. And obviously, throughout the book, all photographs that have never been published before, so you'll never see their photographs in other places. The next big section is U-67, an early Type 9C boat with an unusual camouflage scheme. So we'll start with the colour photograph. There's more photographs. This photograph, there's also some corrections about some photographs used in a different book where they tell you where the photographs were really taken. Another book published by somebody else, that is. So there's more information about the U-67. And then, what is there? There's another couple of pages there as well. Then on to the main article in the book is all about U-126. Basically, it goes through, this is it, well it was, she used to say, working up before its first combat cruise. The, was it the sonar, the hydrophone wasn't working, so they surfaced right underneath another ship and as a result lost part of the conning tower and were damaged a bit. This is a new photograph of the art on the conning tower. Previously, I think people didn't know there was a little monkey sat on the Queen of Hearts' shoulder, so that's new. And there's a whole section, it goes through in a fair bit of detail about all the these 6 war cruises, 5 under the same captain. It was sunk under the 6th war cruise with a new captain. Maps showing exactly where she was, where ships were sunk, sort of main events of the things, meeting up with U-tankers at various points, loads of photographs. Basically it's a chronology of U-126 from beginning almost to the end, including witness accounts of her sinking. Then after that, there's a big chunks of all these pages. All those are all about U-126. Then there's that bit about the milk cow, the tanker I was telling you about. This is the commissioning of U-462. And then U-1234 managed to get itself sank twice. And to be honest, neither time was due to enemy action. First time there was a rescue effort, and the ship was basically raised with crew trapped inside her. They would have had a lucky escape. And then on the back cover, this again is this is a doctor from a U-tanker, and he's coming on board a ship. Only the tankers and the milk cows had doctors on board, and they could carry out a lot more medical procedures than a normal U-boat, which was basically a first aid kit and a book and hope to work it out. Whereas obviously with a doctor, you can do an awful lot more, and they had a lot more equipment as well. So anyway, that's all that. Was it about 50 pages? As always, text is in German and English. The English is perfect. And as I said, it's the sort of the cutting edge of research and things being found out about World War II U-boats, and it's still ongoing. This is number 17, number 18 will be out later this year. The best place to get these is direct from the publisher. I'll put a link underneath the website and on the article underneath the video and on the website. Best place to get it is there. It's cheaper if you get a subscription, and they ship straight from Germany, wrapped in paper, and then inside cardboard envelopes. So there you go.